The review of the F-35 acquisition project continues. It is one that is going to take the time it's going to take.
We think we can create thousands of jobs through that investment. And our goal will be to build in Canada, to own the IP.
Hi friends, and welcome back SkyJet Wings. Swedish defense company Saab has made Canada a serious offer, not just to sell fighter jets, but to build them in Canada. Saab says that if Canada selects the Gripen, the aircraft would be manufactured, assembled, tested, and upgraded inside Canada in partnership with Bombardier. According to the company, this could generate up to 10,000 high-skill manufacturing and research jobs. This would not be symbolic work. Canada would gain the ability to produce components, perform final assembly, conduct testing, and carry out future upgrades independently. Saab has openly stated it is prepared to transfer technology and support Canada in building that industrial capacity. This offer arrives at a critical moment because Canada's fighter jet decision has evolved into one of the most important defense debates in its modern history. What began as a routine aircraft replacement turned into a national discussion about cost, control, and sovereignty. For decades, Canada has been seen as one of NATO's most reliable partners, rarely challenging U.S. defense decisions and almost always aligning with Washington. That is why the turning point in this story stands out. In 2010, Ottawa announced plans to purchase 65 F-35 fighter jets through a direct acquisition without a competitive bidding process. The decision immediately raised concerns. Defense analysts questioned whether the aircraft fit Canada's vast geography and Arctic mission needs. Economists warned that costs were escalating rapidly. Public confidence eroded as transparency issues surfaced. By 2014, political pressure forced the government to reopen the file. Parliamentary committees scrutinized cost estimates in detail, and the original plan was effectively shelved. However, the F-35 itself never disappeared from consideration. This is why Saab's proposal matters now. The debate is no longer just about which jet is more advanced on paper. It is about long-term national control. One option keeps Canada dependent on foreign upgrade schedules, software permissions, and political decisions. The other offers domestic industrial growth, greater operational flexibility, and the ability to tailor aircraft for Canada's Arctic and NATO missions. In my view, this decision should not be framed as a short-term purchase. Fighter jets remain in service for decades. They shape jobs, supply chains, technological expertise, and strategic independence. Saab's offer reflects that reality. The real question is not whether Canada can afford this choice. The real question is whether Canada can afford to let it pass. Canada's assumption that it would automatically fall in line began to fade. After years of delays and reassessments, Ottawa selected the F-35A in 2023, ordering 88 aircraft, with deliveries set for 2026 and full capability by 2032. Many believed the debate was finally over. That confidence didn't last. In June 2025, the Auditor General revealed the program's cost had surged from 19 billion to as much as 33 billion Canadian dollars once infrastructure, sustainment, and long-term operations were included, an increase of nearly 75%. The figures forced serious questions about affordability. At the same time, tensions with the United States intensified. During his second term, Donald Trump announced 25% tariffs on Canadian goods, alongside rhetoric highlighting the power imbalance in the relationship. Then came the surprise. In August 2025, Canada signed a defense and aerospace cooperation agreement with Sweden, focused on Arctic security. Saab's proposal went beyond selling jets. The Gripen E would be built and assembled in Canada, with full technology transfer and domestic control over maintenance and upgrades. For the first time in years, Canada was no longer just buying a fighter. It was reconsidering who controls its air power. The proposal projected 12,600 aerospace jobs, about 9,000 tied directly to the Gripen program, and another 3,600 linked to the Global Eye early warning system. At that point, the debate shifted. This was no longer just about aircraft performance or delivery schedules. It became a question of national direction. Bombardier emerged as a central industrial partner, with supporters arguing this could revive Canada's aerospace sector, restore autonomy, and keep critical defense capabilities at home. In March 2025, the shift became official. Defense Minister Bill Blair announced Canada would re-examine the F-35 contract, reopening consideration of the Gripen E, which had competed in the 2021 process. In Washington, the reaction was immediate. Pentagon officials and Lockheed Martin executives faced an unexpected reality. A deal once seen as settled was suddenly uncertain. Three forces drove the reversal: economics, politics, and technology. Without regular software updates, performance degrades, not through mechanical failure, but through technological stagnation. Public debate intensified around rumors of a so-called kill switch, a remote capability to disable the aircraft. Both Lockheed Martin and the Pentagon deny such a feature exists, yet the denials failed to ease the deeper concern. Control over software updates equals control over operational viability. If updates stop, effectiveness erodes, and fleets can be grounded without a single shot fired. This marked a clear break from earlier generations of fighter jets. Historically, ownership meant autonomy. Aircraft could be maintained, modified, and upgraded within agreed limits. The F-35 replaced that model with conditional access, governed by centralized oversight and contractual control. Opposition to reconsidering the F-35 did not fade quietly. In late 2025, a leaked technical evaluation from the 2021 competition reignited controversy.
The F-35 scored 57.1 out of 60 points, while the Gripen E scored 19.8. The gap was especially wide in mission effectiveness and upgrade potential. Senior military leaders cited these figures as decisive. Former RCAF Vice Chief Yvonne Blondin argued national defense demands technological superiority, not adequacy. Major General Chris McKenna warned that mixed fleets would complicate training, logistics, and combat coordination. Those concerns are operationally valid. In high-intensity conflict, capability gaps matter. Yet critics raised a question often left unanswered: superiority for which mission and against which adversary? Canada's Air Force is not built for sustained peer conflict with China or Russia. Its core roles remain territorial defense, Arctic surveillance, and allied support. Within that context, the necessity of a stealth program approaching $33 billion remains disputed. Skepticism also surfaced from the business community. Bombardier's CEO warned that abandoning the F-35 could jeopardize existing contracts with U.S. partners. It was not framed as political pressure, but economic reality. Canada's aerospace industry remains deeply tied to the American market, and disruption carries real costs.
That debate exposed a deeper paradox. The Gripen may be Swedish, but its GE F414 engine is American-made, and export approval remains under U.S. control. Some degree of dependence is unavoidable. Analysts note Washington could still apply leverage through engine licensing, intelligence sharing, trade policy, or Canada's role in NORAD. Autonomy, in practice, is never absolute. As pressure mounted, a compromise emerged. Saab proposed a hybrid approach. Canada would accept the first 16 F-35s as scheduled, while the remaining 72 aircraft would be replaced by Gripen variants assembled in Canada. The goal was to balance alliance commitments with domestic industrial growth. The risks were obvious. Operating two fighter platforms would raise costs, strain logistics, and complicate training. In a crisis, inconsistency could reduce effectiveness. Still, negotiations continued on parallel tracks. Talks with Lockheed Martin focused on stronger industrial benefits, while discussions with Saab and European partners moved forward.
By early 2026, Ottawa's language became more cautious. Full withdrawal from the F-35 program was unlikely, but alternatives were no longer off the table. The message was clear: Canada would not be dictated to, but it would not act recklessly either. At its core, this debate goes beyond aircraft specifications. It reflects a nation confronting the limits of sovereignty in a world where security and dependence are deeply intertwined. The F-35 offers unmatched capability, NATO integration, and U.S. backing, at the cost of accepting constraints on ownership and control. The Gripen represents a push towards industrial autonomy and strategic independence, but with diplomatic risks and unanswered questions about long-term combat effectiveness. With Prime Minister Mark Carney committed to the first 16 F-35s, the decision over the remaining 72 aircraft has become one of the most consequential defense choices in a generation. one that will redefine both the Royal Canadian Air Force and what sovereignty means in the modern era.